If you had told me 6 months ago that Marlo Hampton was getting a Real Housewives of Atlanta peach, I would have laughed in your face. In fact, just last December, I made 2 videos about Marlo, and one of them was literally titled, "Why Marlo Hampton Will Never Get a Real Housewives of Atlanta Peach." Turns out, I was worried about the wrong thing. It's Justin Diego back with another binge-worthy video, and today I want to talk about what we never saw coming from Marlo Hampton. Y'all's favorite bitch is snatching somebody's peach. Now, before we get started, I want you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell button because you don't want to miss out on being a part of my notification squad where you get to be the first to see videos that I send out to my most loyal subscribers. 5 years a slay. Since season 8, Marlo has been a permanent guest on the show.
Oh, she don't have a peach. But you gotta check though. I'm not missing a beat though, okay?
Which gives her a total of over 5 years being a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta in some capacity. That's a long time to go without a peach.
It was just a learning experience.
But things are changing fast. I know I'm not always right, but from what I remember, no other friend of the show had ever gotten a chance to have confessionals before this season. And when I saw Eva Marcille have hers, I was so embarrassed for Marlo. But of course, I didn't have to wait long before I saw Marlo have confessions of her own. That's when I realized the ties are definitely shifting. And Marlo is the perfect storm. There have been a lot of changes with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene is back and she's holding a peach for the first time in 3 years. Fan favorite Phaedra Parks is gone. Kenya Moore is hanging on by a thread. They are trying to make Kim Zolciak happen. And there are new producers in charge. All of these changes have resulted in a completely different vibe this season, which has paved the way for Marlo to rise to the occasion. Some of you know that I run one of the most popular Real Housewives of Atlanta accounts on Instagram, and over time, I've gotten the chance to see the tide shifting for Marlo. I decided to ask my followers for some feedback on Marlo, and things got interesting. 10% of the people say that Marlo is messy, while another 4% of followers say that Marlo is fake and phony, like Miss Baron Bold, who commented, "Not right, just fake, fake, and fake." Another 13% of my followers commented that Marlo Hampton is just downright annoying, with @Vinya Hillard commenting, "Annoying as f***. She wants to be relevant so bad, but she's not." Now, don't be fooled because there are a lot of Marlo fans out there that think she's been robbed. I was shocked to find that 40% of my followers are actually rooting for Marlo and want her to have a peach. Another comment by @OhYeahVBad says, "I love the way she dresses, but she's not a housewife. Is a whole diva fashionista. I'd rather see her judging Project Runway or something." This actually brings us to our last tally. When I asked about Marlo, 30% of my followers commented saying, "Is a flat out no," because she doesn't fit that housewife's image, and because right now, she's coming for Portia. Now, the question you're probably asking is, will Marlo Hampton get a peach? We never saw this coming, but I think the answer is yes. To understand why I think Marlo will get a peach soon, you'll have to look at why she hasn't gotten a peach in the past. Number 1, she didn't have Andy's seal of approval. Number 2, she just wasn't around enough. Like, she really didn't have a storyline. And number 3, she didn't have consistent support from the cast. One season she's Leanie's friend, the next she's Kenya's friend, then one season she's throwing Candy under the bus, then one minute she's a fan of Candy's. Like, she just was all over the place. But it seems that all of this has changed. Somehow, Marlo has piqued Andy's interest. In doing so, she has undoubtedly opened the doors for herself to get those confessionals, and recently she even got an invite to sit on the Watch What Happens Live couch. Secure Andy and you're in there, right? Next, Marlo has been around a lot this season after being introduced in episode 4 in a really cute scene that she had reconnecting with Nene Leakes.
Still mad with you. Oh, you're not mad with me. Marlo and I literally have not talked in 4 years.
Tell the whole Atlanta why you're not talking to me, because I'm Kenya's friend.
And the last time we saw each other, a couple weeks ago, we ended up arguing for probably 30 minutes. And then ended up talking.
This is another smart move for Marlo that was critical in her getting a peach. When Nene and Marlo fell out, it was awkward seeing her around since she was obviously being used.
I've just been hearing things. I want to know. Candy, are you a lesbian?
Now, things feel different, and Candy, Nene, and Cynthia all seem to genuinely be interested in a friendship with Marlo.
Why should Nene trust you after you stabbed her and Kenya in the back?
She's like, hey, I wasn't friends with Kenya. You shouldn't have been friends with her. Kenya, she did her job. It was like, hey, I'm going to befriend Marlo to hurt Nene. She did that. Congratulations, Kenya. You did what you wanted to do. I love my Candy. She's here now supporting me.
Now, the real question is, whose peach will Marlo snatch? That's where things get really awkward. Technically, if they do upgrade Marlo to a full-time housewife, that means another housewife would get the boot.
Sure, you probably are going to be upset with me, but I don't know.
Oh my God, excuse me?
They're still talking behind each other's back.
Right now, Nene, Candy, Cynthia, Portia, Kenya, and Sheree hold peaches. And yes, I listed them in order of importance.
Who said that?
But is anyone safe when it comes to handing out peaches? It is undoubtedly a tough call, and group balance plays a part in the decision, I'm sure. That's why when Andy Cohen asked Cynthia Bailey if Marlo should get a peach, she definitely made sure hers wasn't up for grabs.
Should Marlo have a peach?
You know what? Yeah, I think Marlo brings it. I mean, as long as she's not taking my peach, yes, she has one.
In my opinion, we all feel that Cynthia just makes sense with this group, and because she's not really carrying the weight of bringing the shade like Phaedra or being the comedian like Nene, she's in the perfect place in my opinion. On the other hand, speaking of Nene Leakes and Candy are both carrying the brand, so I'm sure they both have permanent peaches, and even when they do leave, they'll be welcome back.
I want a break. I really needed time to try and do other things. I'm not saying I would never go back.
Would you?
I don't know. I might go over there and snatch a wig every now and then.
That leaves Portia, Kenya, and Sheree. Portia has had a bumpy ride on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I don't know whether it's because she keeps the girls on their toes and happens to be mingled up in everybody's storylines, or because she's young and appealing to those younger viewers. But she's made a comeback every single time we didn't think she could, so I will go ahead and say Portia is safe for now. But these last two peaches could go either way. On one hand, Kenya Moore has earned her peach ever since she arrived in 2012 for season 5.
Fabulous. Going with the win, fabulous. Okay.
But with her suddenly getting private with her relationship, I'm afraid that Marlo is in the perfect position to swoop in and claim her peach if things don't change with Kenya's relationship with the network. When it comes to Sheree Whitfield, I admire her because she's beautiful, she's strong, she's sassy, and she's one of the originals, but if she doesn't play her cards right, she could get the axe again, and I'm not sure if viewers would even mind if Marlo took her spot. So if I had to pick, I would keep Sheree as a friend of the show, and I would go ahead and promote Marlo to a full-blown housewife. Although we never saw it coming, I think Marlo Hampton is definitely next in line for a peach. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new to Bingeworthy, you have to make it official by liking, commenting, and subscribing because this channel is lit. And for all of my current binge watchers out there that be commenting on every video, I see you, I hear you, and I cannot wait to know what you guys think about this video. So comment below. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.